Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Defeating Domestic Violence with Movement. We are continuing, and we're almost done. We're continuing our series, Maid, the highlight discussion video. And today I'm going to talk about episodes 7 through 9. So episode 7 is String Cheese. Episode 8 is Bear Hunt. Episode 9 is Sky Blue. And they tie together. So I wanted to lump them all together because they're so closely connected. Now, I did get upset with each episode, but I promise you there is a happy ending towards the end in episode 10, which I will get to, I believe, tomorrow. It was just a very, very happy ending. But each episode has a specific topic that I want to discuss. So String Cheese, the revolving door. Why do victims return back to their abuser? I found this episode, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I found this episode to be so realistic. And again, this platform that you've been following, and thank you so much that you've been listening to, is not a place of judgment. I can care less of why you go back, why you stayed, whatever your reasoning was, it doesn't matter. What matters to me is that you get the hell up out of there and you start your journey of victory and you fulfill your goals and your passions. But I want to get into why do victims return to their abuser? And this is called the revolving door. So you find, the victim find themselves in and out, in and out, in and out. One of the things, and I'm going to erase this, it has nothing, well, yeah, it does have somewhat to do with fear. Number one, they're familiar. So they have these emotional ties that comes up. For example, if you're in trouble and all you can rely on is the abuser to help you out, then that's something that you're used to. So again, that was a good feeling and the person was dependable. Help you out in your time of need. It may be a family member who's very sickly and you need the abuser's help to go to the hospital, or they want to help you. So again, you're used to them coming to your rescue or just being that support during difficult and challenging times. Struggle of independence and stability of why the victims return. So again, there's that fear factor. If the victim is not used to being independent, paying their own bills, being their own provider, then stepping outside of the abuser, being that number one breadwinner in the household, is going to be scary. It's going to be difficult. And I'm not mad at people who are scared. If you're not used to being independent and used to somebody constantly doing for you, then it can be pretty scary, especially if you were married for, say, 10 to 15 years and all of a sudden you can't take it anymore and you decide to leave. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't have that safety net. So it can be scary, and that's where that fear factor comes in. It's especially scary if you do not have a savings account, you didn't stash any cash, you don't have a support system. So again, those are the two main reasons why victims return to their abuser. So again, that familiarity, they're familiar with their partners, they're used to it. Yeah, they're good, but they're bad, they're abusive, but they're dependable. If I need something, they will come to my rescue no matter what. And again, that struggle, that fear of being independent and stability. Episode 8, why do victims stay? I thought this was very, very a key episode, a topic that really, really needs to be discussed. And again, I want to say that there is no judgment. It is what it is. My goal and my mission is to help you to see where you were, do something about it in the present so you can continue to go to your victorious future and accomplish that and live out your promise, live out your purpose and what was meant to be done within your life. So why do victims stay? There's a lot of reasons. Number one, unsupportive friends and family. They don't have that support system, nobody to talk to. Number two, ignorant to the resources. If your abuser got you to a point where you're isolated and you have nobody, not even access to social media or the internet, you are very unaware of how resources can help you get out of your situation. So they don't know about financial programs that will help them get rent. They don't know about financial programs that will help them get food vouchers or even buy clothes for themselves, okay? The last one is fear of losing their children. So abusers will threaten to take the children away or put them in the system. So that's a lot of reason why they stay. Second set of reasons why victims will stay is they have mixed emotions. This is called intimate partner violence. So when they say it's complicated, they're telling the truth. So it's some mixed emotions of good and bad and ugly, and it's a cycle that really becomes a pattern. So first, it's called the cycle of power. So you go through the cycle where, hey, things are good, but you're walking on eggshells. You're trying to keep the peace. As soon as the trigger happens, the violence breaks out, whether it's emotional, verbal, or physical. Then it's that makeup period, whether you have sex or you're apologizing and you try to be nice for a good maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then the pattern starts all over again. So there's always that trigger, then it's an erupt violence comes out, then it's that honeymoon period, and then you find it always continuing over and over and over again. So it's a lot of mixed emotions. Where did mixed emotion come in? Is hope. You're hoping that things will get better. Okay, he did it a little bit this time. Maybe it'll last longer than 2 months. Maybe it'll last longer for a week. Maybe it'll last longer for a day, but at least he's trying. So you're making these excuses and you're hopeful for change. So it's a lot of mixed emotions. Another one is nowhere to go. No friends, no relatives, no resources. It's very difficult if your abuser kept you isolated from the outside world. So again, if your abuser made it to a point where you're cut off from everything, then it's very difficult for you to reach out to friends, family, and relatives, and even look and search for resources. Another one, religious or cultural practice. There's a belief system that makes you stay in a relationship no matter how bad it is. So for example, fake it to make it. He's beating my behind closed doors. I got black eyes. All I'm going to do is cover with makeup and pray the pain away. All right. So that's a lot of religious or cultural practice. Or you're taught no matter how bad it gets, you're the woman, you're supposed to be the nurturer, you're supposed to be the supporter. He'll grow out of it. Maybe in his late 50s or 60s, it'll get better. So they are groomed or raised to believe that no matter what you do behind closed doors, you keep your mouth shut and you deal with it. Okay. So it's religious or cultural practices. The last set of why victims stay, and this is a very bad reality, but it's true. Death threats. The abuser will threaten to kill you. If you leave that door, I promise you won't see tomorrow. Or they'll increase their violence and put you in the hospital for 6 weeks at a time, or maybe months, or you may end up in a coma. But death threats are real. So that's another reason why they stay, because they fear for their life, and it does happen. Financial stability, I touched on this before. You don't have money. You can't pay rent, you can't buy food, you can't put gas in your car. You're not used to being that independent provider, and you don't know how, because the abuser has been that for so long. You may have experienced financial abuse, so you don't know how to balance a checkbook or have a savings account, or you stash away your cash and now it's gone, or the abuser has jacked up your credit to a point where you don't know where to start or how to fix that. So financial stability. Why should I go back out there if I don't have a safety net of finances to help me out? And can't survive on your own. So it's a challenge to be independent. Mentally, the abuser has molded you to believe that you can't make it without them. They molded you and trained you to a point where, oh, you're nothing without me. You'll fail as soon as you get out there, you'll be back. So that mental record of, oh, you'll be back. Oh, it won't last. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. I'll see you in a couple of days. So the abuser trained you to a point where, okay, yeah, I can't do this without him. All right. So that is why victims stay. And the last one is setbacks, the ultimate platform to success. What I loved about this, they talked about, or what I've seen is how she had so many hiccups and setbacks, and she has so many roadblocks, and they were just, things that would knock her backwards and caused her to just quit. And a lot of times within this environment or this state of mind or just this experience alone, Victims will experience setbacks and they just want to quit and say, you know what, what's the use? Why am I fighting? You win. So what are setbacks? Setbacks are mixed emotions that cloud your judgment. Setbacks are when you're out there and you're doing it and you're finally working and you're consistent and stuff like that, and you're happy and you see a bright future. There's always something to set you back. So your children getting an unexpected illness, you're working, all of a sudden you got to leave work. Oh my God, I don't have a babysitter. Well, that's your problem. We had a COVID outbreak, all the kids has been exposed, come get your kids. So again, you having to leave work, lose money, and then find the transportation to go pick up your kid. Number 3, losing an apartment or transportation due to lack of finances. So you find that, you know, unexpected setbacks are happening and it's causing you to lose money. Maybe transportation, your car broke down. Now you have no way to get to work, or you lose an apartment because, you know, work is inconsistent and you don't have enough money to pay the rent. So now you got an eviction notice. So these are setbacks, or roadblocks. Roadblocks are something much larger than setbacks, but it doesn't stop you from your process. And the last one, losing a job may be being due to downsizing or being fired because you're inconsistent. And the inconsistency consists of your children being sick and you constantly have to leave work. The car breaks down, the battery, or you get a flat tire, you know how to flat tire, you know how to change a flat tire, or caring for family members. Maybe you have a sick mom or a sick dad, and again, that interferes with your work and your money. So these are the setbacks. How can I overcome these setbacks? Recognize your mistakes. So again, when I say recognize your mistakes, if you are finding yourself in a revolving door or you find yourself staying, it's okay. Recognize what you did. Number 2, don't accept old patterns. All right, I made this mistake. I can't go through this anymore. What he's doing, the emotional, the physical, the verbal abuse, it's not right. My spirit isn't well with it. Consciously, I'm not at peace. Remind yourself of how your body feels, of how you are mentally so uneasy and not at peace. So don't accept these old patterns. That's the reason why you left in the first place. Finish what you started. Okay, yeah, I went back. Yeah, I stayed. You know what? I'm over it. I have to pursue my dreams and who I am, because I realize that when I'm with you, I can't be myself. When you go back out there, seek a support system. So whether you go back to a shelter, or whether you rely on your friends, get your friends, get family, or just join a support group. If you don't have family or friends, get a support group. Trust me when I say you have a lot of support. People can talk to you and they understand where you've been because they've been through it. Get a mentor who has a track record. It's like, hey, you know what? I'm a thriver, not a survivor. I'm a thriver, been there, done that. Yeah, I did the revolving door thing 5-6 times, but look at me now. I'm back on my feet and I'm better than ever. So again, seek out a support system. Number 5, continue to pursue your dreams and your passion. Whatever you're passionate about, don't give up on that. And number 6, record reminders to accomplish your goals. Do videos. Do journals, whatever it takes, do a daily reminder. Okay, hey, I had a setback. I made a mistake, but I want to push forward. Put up stickies or do something to remind you like, hey, this journey is not over. I'm going to accomplish it, okay? Guys, that is it. Thank you so much. That was episode 7 through 9. I will try my best to do episode 10. Again, I am doing a course, Defeating Domestic Violence with Movement, using dance movement therapy as a creative coping skill to heal traumatic experience. What the heck am I talking about, and what do the topics or the courses cover? So this course covers different types of DV. I go heavily into verbal abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse. There's different types of abuses that maybe you don't know what type or what category you fall into, but it is abuse. What are the psychological effects of trauma? I talk about what trauma is and how it affects you mentally, physically, and socially. How can dance be used as a coping skill to deal with traumatic experiences? And then last one, how to stabilize your life after trauma. So again, if you're interested, please email me at awilliam4000@gmail.com. Guys, thank you so much. We are coming to an end. And trust me and believe me when I say episode 10, it's a banger. It's a winner. You will be so happy. Be blessed and thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.